Good morning, my beautiful people. Umunnem no umunnem, welcome to the program. We are definitely happy to have you here today. As usual, you are part of our movement. You are a stakeholder in what we're doing. So do not feel defeated. Do not feel dejected. Do not feel like I have no role to play. Amami ihe ndị a na-ekwu ịchọ ka anyị sụọ ya n'Igbo, we'll be able to speak that to you. Ịchọ ya na broken, we can break it down any way you want it. All we want is for our people to have their freedom and have it abundantly, not the one that we are waiting to come when we go to heaven. We want our people to live life and have life in abundant manner. So my name is Mona Chimisaga. I am here in Houston, Texas. As you can see, we have a wonderful topic because if we don't drain this swamp, if we do not drain the swamp will take all of us to the, who knows, oblivion. All right, let me allow my sister to introduce herself while we share and share and share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister Monachin Saga. My name is Ekwi, Eputos Nam Madi Begi, Eputos Nandi Igbo, Eputos Nandi Africa. So please, like my sister has said, you are all welcome. We are together in this. We have to do this. Nobody is coming. No God is coming. No devil is coming. Nobody. You see this mess? We have to take ourselves out of it by ourselves. So please welcome our returning subscribers. Through the week, we saw you sharing everything, liking, explaining to people. Thank you so much. For those that have seen this video for the first time, please, you're welcome. Subscribe, follow, especially on the YouTube. If you're joining, please just come and click. Don't forget to click subscribe. And in our link that we sent out during the for the promo, we put the link there already. If you click subscribe, so that it will help the algorithm to take this message to the people. We have about 250 million Nigerians and beyond, because other Africans, what is happening in Nigeria is also happening elsewhere. Our people need to get this message, and you are part of the team, the messengers that will send the message to the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sisters. So let me play our music while we share for our people to get this message. All right. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Please continue to help us to share and like. We welcome our brother Isi Momodu. Hi, brother. We have not seen you in a while. We know you are doing some work in the background. Good to have you back. We thank everyone that is joining us today. We are definitely happy to have you here. Like we said, all we want is for our people to live life like other people. You know, we don't want people thanking God because bekee wa agbara, the obodo oyibo ebe a dịka obodo oyibo. We want that obodo oyibo for our people. We want our people to live like indoors. We want us to live with dignity. We want to be able to travel and not be looked upon as criminals. So today it goes directly with our topic today that says drain the British swamp causing our demise. My people, Nigerians, the so-called Nigerians, the indigenous peoples, we must drain the British swamp causing our demise. So we no longer want to sit at home and dream about going to Obodo called London because that's the only place life for them. We want to create life in our environment. So what do we mean when we say draining the swamp? Some of us have heard this slogan in America. They say drain the swamp, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. Literally, it means dismantling corruption, taking away violence, illegitimate system of control that is leading to everyone's destruction, and then replace them with a fair, self-determined sovereign framework that will allow us to determine our future, that will allow us to determine our destiny. So today, brothers and sisters, we must decide if we will continue to drown in the decaying remnant of a failed structure, or if we will rise with dignity, power, and unity to reclaim the future that has been hijacked from us. So we must speak clearly, honestly, and fearlessly by saying the British swamp must be drained. Call it what it is. It's a tangled mess of banditry, bureaucracy, bribery, and betrayal. A swamp that feeds on our silence and our sufferings. This is not governance, it is parasitism. That no nation can survive when parasites become the masters. So by draining the swamp, it's not just a war cry, it's a strategy. And our strategy must be surgical, it must be lawful, it must be people-driven, and it must be unyielding. And that is where NINAS comes in. The Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, which offers us a pathway of clarity and not chaos. So my people, we are very smart. We know what to do. It's just that we are not paying attention. So what is at stake? We are not a free people, at least not yet. We are hostages inside a union that was never consensual. A union that is ruled by fraudulent 1999 constitution that authorizes impunity, rewards mediocrity, and strips indigenous nations of their rightful sovereignty. So this is not about tribe, not about religion. It is about the truth. The truth that the 1999 constitution is a lie. And that lie is a license for our destruction. Why? Because it authorizes open grazing. It enables the land grabbers under the guise of national unity. It concentrates military power in a federal center that no longer represents the will of our people. Worst of all, it silences our voice, shatters our dreams, and mocks our pain. So why must we drain the swamp? Because if we do not act, our collective demise is inevitable. Currently, we are bleeding. When we look at security, our roads, our farms, and schools are now dead zones. When we look at our sovereignty, our indigenous nations are ruled by a constitution they never debated upon or even accepted. When we look at human capital, our best minds are fleeing or fading or trapped in a system that suffocates them. And then when we look at our potential, progress is not only stalled, it is being reversed. So draining the swamp means removing the enablers, the gatekeepers of decay, and the architects of stagnation. It means unmasking their agendas, ending their monopoly, and restoring our natural rights. So what does progress look like? Let's look at the NINAS roadmap. NINAS is not about chaos. It's about reformation through nonviolent constitutional force majeure. And here's where NINAS strategy, and this is what NINAS strategy gives us. It helps us to delegitimize the 1999 Constitution, meaning no more lies, meaning we reject the foundation of the oppression. It gives us regional referendums, which gives indigenous peoples the right to decide their future, through confederation, federation, or independence. It also gives us transitional government. And what is that? A lawful interim arrangement to oversee constitutional renegotiation. And lastly, it offers us a new federating agreement, which is grounded in equity, justice, and self-determination. So this is not a call for war, rather it's a call for peace through justice. Because without justice, peace is simply the silence of the oppressed. So what is your role, brothers and sisters? What do you need to do to bring this to fruition? Remember, you are the vanguard. We are the professionals, we are the educators, we are the health workers, we are the traders, we are the students, we are the elders, we are the youth, we are also those in diaspora. So we must speak up, we must educate others, we must withdraw legitimacy, meaning we do not validate the 1999 Constitution in word or in deed. We must support regional referendums, which aligns with DINA's framework. We must demand transitional governance and referendums, even if it means that we do things that people may not appreciate. So in conclusion, we must rise, we must reclaim, we must rebuild. We are not victims, we are survivors. And now it's time for us to be the architects of our future. We must drain the British swamp because survival is not enough. We must build a future where our children don't have to flee to find dignity. We are looking to build a sovereign nation which our children can live and thrive, where no one is left behind. The time is now. The swamp must be drained because it strengthens all of us. But we must remember that those who stand with the truth must always win. So, brothers and sisters, let it be said that we stood up against bullies, that we reclaim the land that our ancestors left for us, that we fought to rebuild so that our people can live life with dignity. Thank you. So I will allow my sister to add while I pull up the video of the day.
Thank you so much, my sister, for that wonderful interview. I mean, that wonderful introduction, wonderful and well detailed introduction. And we believe that our people are following. It's making sense because that's what we do on this platform. We bring all the things you're seeing, the things that are going viral, things happening outside and inside Nigeria, so that it will make sense. We connect all of it and it will make sense to you. And when we say we want to drain the swamp, you understand where we're going. You understand why that needs to happen today, not tomorrow. So this first video we're going to play, we have posted it on our platform, on our Facebook page, the entire thing. We're not playing all now because it's a little long, but it's for you to understand that Nigeria was created by Britain to fail. So this Nigeria you're seeing, that you're crying inside it, VDM, Showere, all these people that are saying they are doing, what did they say, protest, or what are they even doing, like shouting up and down? Nigeria is doing what it should do. It was created to do this thing to you. Why? The resources in your land. So Nigeria was set up to fail so that they can use the resources to build other parts of the world. And that's what is happening. So you are poor, that some people might be rich. And that's what we're saying. We need to collectively understand what is going on so that we can collectively work together to free ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren from this mess. So please listen, watch and listen. Thank you.
So while Nigeria looked like one country on the colonial map, it functioned as two distinct territories with very different systems of governance, education, religion, and even worldviews. The amalgamation did not just magically balance development across regions. In fact, it deepened disparities. The southwestern region, especially Lagos, became the hub of commerce, education, and colonial administration. Schools, railways, and hospitals expanded quickly. Meanwhile, the North lagged behind. By the 1940s and 50s, Southerners had a head start in education, civil service, and political activism. Northerners who had been shielded from these systems found themselves playing catch-up. This created a power imbalance, one that would become increasingly obvious as Nigeria edged towards self-governance. But here is the thing: running Nigeria as a single colony was never straightforward. There were multiple civil services, dual railway lines, conflicting laws, and separate judicial systems. Each region had its own logic. What worked in Zaria didn't apply in Calabar. Even communication was a challenge. English was spoken in the south. Major languages like Hausa dominated the north. Translation and coordination slowed governance. But rather than harmonize the regions, British administrators focused on maintaining control just so they could gain stability and make profits. Now, during this period, the idea of self-rule was not even on the table. Nigerians were barely included in decision-making. The Legislative Council, formed to give a sense of inclusion, had limited African representation and almost no real power. Southern intellectuals and nationalists began to demand more say. Figures like Herbert Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and later on Obafemi Awolowo started to organize and agitate for political reforms. But in the north, the British continued to rule through traditional authorities, limiting exposure to political activism. The British saw amalgamation as an administrative shortcut, but on the ground, it was a forced partnership, riddled with suspicion and competition. Northerners viewed the Southerners as aggressive and foreign. Southerners saw the North as backward and privileged. Instead of building a shared national identity, the colonial system entrenched regionalism. And while Nigerians were told they were now one people, their experiences told a different story. By the time independence approached in the mid-20th century, Nigeria was a country still trying to figure out what it meant to be Nigerian and whether the union made in 1914 could ever truly work. And when independence was finally gained in 1960, the name Nigeria had existed for nearly half a century. But yet people wondered, was it a country or just a collection of territories forced to coexist?
That's not business.
Perhaps the most striking legacy of the amalgamation of 1914 was its foundation built without consent. No referendum, no dialogue, no attempts to understand if the regions wanted to be united in the first place. This lack of buy-in sowed deep distrust between ethnic and regional groups. When things fell apart, as they often did, each group pointed fingers at others, accusing them of exploitation, domination, or betrayal. That tension has never really disappeared till today. Before 1914, a Hausa trader in Kano had little to do with an Igbo farmer in Owerri or a Yoruba artisan in Ibadan. After 1914, they were suddenly fellow countrymen on paper. In practice, ethnic identity often came before national identity. Politics became a competition between regions, not ideologies. Parties were formed along ethnic lines. For example, the Northern People's Congress, NPC, in the north, the National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon, NCNC, in the east, the Action Group, AG, in the west. Rather than unite, the amalgamation institutionalized division. And it did not just stop there. Civil service appointments, infrastructure development, university admissions, almost everything became filtered through tribal lenses. The scramble for power became a zero-sum game. And then, when the first military coup in 1966 and the subsequent civil war 1967 to 1970 came, they did not come out of nowhere. They were part of the fractures left behind by amalgamation. A coup that overthrew one region's leaders while sparing the leaders of the other region sparked crises of ethnic bias. The attempt by the eastern region to secede and form Biafra in 1967 was rooted in a belief that the unity created in the 1914 amalgamation had failed. And once again, Nigeria was forced to confront the question, were we really meant to be one country? In the years after independence and civil war, Nigeria kept tinkering with its structure in search of unity. From 3 regions to 36 states, from unitary governance to federalism, from military rule to democracy. But the problems of inequality, resource control, and representation still persist. People still talk about marginalization till today, and many regions still feel left out. Ironically, the British had designed Nigeria to be easy to rule, but not necessarily to work well as a country. More than a century later, the consequences of the 1914 amalgamation still ripple through Nigeria. The amalgamation created a geographical entity, but nationhood remains a work in progress. Nigerians today still ask, are we truly one people? Can we truly rise above tribalism? Was amalgamation a blessing or a burden? There are no easy answers, but one thing is clear. To understand Nigeria's present, you must understand its past. And in the past, 1914 looms large, a colonial shortcut that tried to turn diversity into unity and left behind a puzzle we are still trying to solve. The amalgamation may have created a country, but it did not create a nation. So, was 1914 the beginning of Nigeria's greatness or the beginning of its struggle? That's for us to decide. Because history doesn't just live in the past. In Nigeria, it is alive in every election, every protest, every headline. And to shape the future, we must first understand how it all began. This was the story of Nigeria's first union and the unending quest to make it whole. Thanks for watching this edition of Back in History.
Thank you. Back in history, we give credit to the owner of the video. The video is not ours, it's just for educational purpose. So, my people, you heard. The Nigerian economy was not built to succeed. The essence of building Nigeria is to serve the West. We are talking about root cause analysis. Remember, on this show, we will tell you the problem, break it down for you, and then connect you to the solution. Because if you don't make accurate diagnosis of an illness, there's no treatment that you will give that will succeed, because you'll be treating malaria instead of treating cancer, because you thought it was malaria, meanwhile it's cancer. So all the things our people have been doing all these years, running from left to right, generation to generation. I heard VDM saying, oh, Showore protested 1998. He's still protesting now in 2025. And he will continue to protest till 2200 if we don't do the right thing. And that's why they say continue to do the wrong thing is a definition of, and expecting a result is a definition of insanity. It's just madness. So we'll play another video. Go ahead, please, my sister.
Economies were never designed to succeed. They were designed to serve. Colonialism didn't just take Africa's land. These were never designed to succeed. They were designed to serve. Colonialism didn't just take Africa's land and people. It restructured
Yeah, it seems they keep blocking this
entire
video.
economies to
Not
benefit
the
foreign powers. Everything
audio. We might play the audio. Is it possible to play the audio?
was built around extraction. Gold, oil, cocoa.
Are you able, or should I try?
Okay, go ahead.
Succeed. They were designed to serve. Colonialism didn't just take Africa's land and people. It restructured entire economies to benefit foreign powers. Everything was built around extraction. Gold, oil, cocoa, rubber, all shipped out raw. No value was added on the continent. Railroads, they weren't built to connect African cities. They were built to connect mines to ports. Banks, built to move colonial profits. Taxes, collected in ways that forced Africans to work on European-owned farms and mines. Even after independence, many African countries inherited these same exploitative systems, just with new faces in charge. That's why till today, many African nations still export raw materials and import finished goods. It's not a failure, it's by design. Africa's biggest economies were never designed to succeed, they were designed to serve. Colonialism didn't just take Africa's land and people, it restructured entire economies to benefit foreign powers. Everything was built around extraction. Gold, oil, cocoa, rubber, all shipped out raw. No value was added on the continent. Railroads, they weren't built to connect African cities. They were built to connect mines to ports. Banks, built to move colonial profits. Taxes, collected in ways that forced Africans to work on European-owned farms and mines. Even after independence, many African countries inherited these same exploitative systems, just with new faces in charge. That's why till today, many African nations still export raw materials and import finished goods. It's not a failure, it's by design. Africa's
Yes, we played it again from beginning so that we'll hear it double. You have been designed to fail. Can P2B hear this? Can those trying to push P2B on top of us as the only saint, the virgin, the only virgin in labor room, the pregnant virgin that wants to deliver, the saint that wants to operate 1999 constitution? Can those trying to force P2B on the people tell him that Nigeria is designed to fail, that what Nigeria is going through is according to design? If you don't change that design, there's nothing that you will do that will produce something different. If you're designed to swim, you cannot fly.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria was designed to fail under the 1999 unitary colonial military constitution, imposed constitution, anything you call it. That's a design. There is no president that will come and produce something different, no progress when your hands and legs are tied. We'll play another video. We are trying to build a foundation of the foundation for our discussion. We'll go so that while you understand what we're saying, we need to drain British swamp. Thank you.
Are you able to play the audio for this one? It's not even doing anything.
Okay, let me play the audio. Um, Exporting raw materials, not finished goods, is by design. They made Nigeria, they destroyed all the local industries so that you do not produce anything in the country. They made it impossible. If you don't have electricity, if you don't have roads, you don't have all these things, you cannot produce, your industries cannot function. It is by design, P2B. It is by design that Nigeria cannot export finished goods. It's by design that African nations are meant to export only raw materials for the industrialization in the West. It is by design. So if you want to change it, you go back to the design and change the design. Okay, let's play and see if it comes. Listen, please.
Pencils,
Sorry.
and even
So play it again so that we don't play half and half.
pencils, and even eggs. Ever wonder why Nigeria, a country with raw materials and manpower, still imports toothpicks, pencils, and even eggs? Made in Nigeria goods didn't just fail by accident, they were set up to fail. After independence, Nigeria had a growing local industry: textiles in Kano, rubber processing in Edo, paper mills in Ogun, even car assembly in Lagos. But then came the oil boom. Cheap dollars made imports easier than investing in local factories. Why build when you can buy? The government prioritized oil revenue over industrial development. Then in the 1980s, the Structural Adjustment Program, SAP, came. Imported goods flooded the market. Local manufacturers couldn't compete. Subsidies were cut. Tariffs were lowered. Factories collapsed. Thousands lost jobs. To this day, Nigeria still imports over $4 billion in consumer goods, yearly items we could easily produce locally. The tragedy? It's not just about products. It's about lost jobs, lost skills, and a lost economy. Ever wonder why Nigeria?
So I don't know if you heard, and we're going to show you as a report from West Africa Weekly, July 2025. It's a collaboration. It's not one person. It is corporations. It is communities, countries. They came together and decided what to do with Nigeria. So this West Africa Weekly publication, it says MI6 CIA linked NGOs. MI6 CIA linked NGOs. Bill Gates are directly writing Nigeria's security, health, food, and tax laws. The laws you say you don't have, your enemy is the one writing them in such a way that they will get what they want from your land. It is intentional. Nigeria is structured to be a swamp. So in that publication, the person wrote, these organizations have directly participated in drafting legislation with major national security significance, including bills regarding state policing, security sector reforms, local government autonomy, the Petroleum Industry Act, tax reform modernization, and formulation of national healthcare and food security policy. All the policies you see in Nigeria that looks like 1 foot forward, 20 steps backwards, it's by design
Hmm.
to keep you down and dying so the resources in your land can be taken. It's by design. It's not accidental. So somebody made a comment under that the article. Of course, this article, we're not reading the entire thing. You can go and find it. We'll give you the details. So you find it and read the entire thing. Because of time, we usually do not read the entire articles. We'll just take some part of it, tell you the title, you find it and read the detail, or read more. So he said, "What a very dangerous mess we are in," the commenter wrote. He said, "The new colonial imposed 1999 constitution that hijacks ethnic sovereignty makes this foreign interference possible. The only reason these foreigners come to your land to do what they're doing is because of 1999 constitution, which hijacked the sovereignty of the ethnic nationalities. We don't call them tribes, we call them nations because they were before colonialism came." So he said, to fix the Nigerian mess, this mess we're in, to fix it, he said, we must terminate the life of that 1999 constitution. This is an urgent task that must be done before 2027 national elections. And he says, join the call to demand transitioning now in 2025 for constitutional reconstruction. Anybody that is telling you that they want to see Nigeria change
Hmm.
and not saying this thing that we're saying is a thief, is an agent of the colonial puppets.
Yep.
You have the colonial masters that say they've left, but they impose their puppets upon us. Now, their puppets now have agents that you see shouting
That
up,
look like you and me.
that look like you and me, making noise up and down. Oh, bring change. Yes, protest. These are just distractions. Freedom, freedom, distraction. The only freedom you're going to get is when Nigeria is constitutionally reconstructed. That's the only freedom you're going to get. That's the only time you will think of getting progress. If you don't join this, all that you're doing is noise making. Meanwhile, as all that is going on, as you are living in your swamp, as you are living in your shithole, according to President Trump, so you're continuing to dance in your shithole, suffering and smiling, the world is moving ahead.
Right.
Because, like we told you, the Nina's team, we have what you call international imperative. We had the local part of this assignment because, like we've always told you, the Nina's campaign is parallel to whatever shenanigan you and your politicians, your church leaders, and your traditional criminal misrulers are doing. We, the people, are moving. We are only saying if anybody wakes up, you join what we're doing. But if you don't want to wake up, we are going anyways because we are fighting for our children. We are fighting for a better humanity. So we are not waiting for your criminal brain to understand what we're doing because you're too criminally minded to understand what we're saying. So those that are waking up, join what we're doing. So apart from the local things that Ninas have done, because we've worked on this thing for about 25 years, apart from the local aspect of this work, we have the covert aspect, we have the overt aspect. So apart from the local part, there is the international part, which took the Ninas team to the White House, to America, to Washington, D.C. That was in 2019, to sit down with some stakeholders because, like we said, we know that there are collaborators extracting our resources. So if we don't carry them along, we'll be wasting our time. So it was important to sit down and discuss with them because the Nigeria they have created is going to eat everybody. When you make Nigeria an ungovernable space, you're going to make it a place where terrorists will breed, terrorists will grow, and that's what is going on. And the terrorism that is growing in Nigeria is part of the global terror network. And that global terror network is going to attack everyone. So the rest of the countries that now saw what happened are part of this movement to reconstruct Nigeria. As a result, they are making policy changes in their own country. That's why you're seeing that countries are rejecting you, Nigerians. Countries are closing doors against you. Countries are making moves against you. It is not unconnected to what we are doing. We are clapping hands for Nina's team for the job they're doing. Because while we are waking people up to wake and use their brain to think, what is going on? You wake up, fine. You don't wake up, fine. What is going on? Because this is about life. It's about human lives. Nina's comment, I'll read the comment. It says, the task of taking Nigeria from consumption to production must begin with the dismantling of the anti-people, anti-development, and anti-progress unitary constitution of Nigeria, which stands as granite roadblock to production. Tell Peter Obi this. And when Peter Obi comes with his statistics, I went to Egypt, I went to Malaysia, I went to, where are those people that you went? He's doing tourism all over the world. When you come back, you say, even primary school children can quote statistics. If you give them statistics, there are some people that can memorize and they'll be throwing out all those things. This is what a full-fledged human being is doing, because in the country of blind, one-eyed man is their king. Nina said again, the unitary constitution of Nigeria is the title deed in the hands of foreign invaders, namely the Fulani, as local agents of the British colonial sovereignty. So we are telling you about the changes happening in a place like Nigeria, America. Please, can you pull it up? Arise, sorry. People are sending messages. Okay, there's a message that somebody is sending, like an update. Let's see what is coming in, please. It says Nigeria risks, okay, fate of over 400,000 Nigerians in US hangs in the balance. Okay, coalition of individuals. Yeah, so there's a publication today that somebody is sending to us. Saturday Telegraph. It says fate of over 400,000 Nigerians in US hangs in the balance. Yeah, because we told you, as you're playing around, people that are serious are making policy changes. And it's going to affect you, affect your politicians, affect the religious leaders, all of you, because they now have the information. And social media, all the information that our team discussed with them, the Congress and everything, they are confirming on social media. So they don't need your lies. They are getting it firsthand from you, because it's so wonderful what God does. Social media came to bypass all the media lies and media coverage. So when you're saying Nigeria is so wonderful, people are living in dungeon, taking videos of their homes and posting on social media. Information. This is information age. So Arise, he said, US visa restrictions sends a clear message that Nigerians are not welcome. Muda Yusuf. Cheerful. US visa restrictions sends a clear message that Nigerians are not welcome. Why will you welcome somebody from shithole into your well planned environment? So we want to tell us just few lessons from what is happening in the US. The visa restrictions, the tariff, some of the things, even about like those politicians that will take all the money, come and give birth in US so that their children will become citizens, while our people are perishing down here. Their children will start telling you, oh, I'm an American citizen, and this and this. Nigeria is the best place. Oh, yeah. So the lessons to learn is that America, they're talking about making America great again. It's not making Nigeria great again. That's not what they're talking about. Listen and listen well. They want to make their country great again. And they already have a system. So when they talk, they start implementing immediately. They are not like us that we are still trying to get a system so that we'll get what we want. They have already taken years to build system. When they say one, before you will hear it, they've already moved. So now they are draining their own swamps. Like my sister said at introduction, America is draining their own swamp. Why is it important for them to drain their swamp? Now, these swarms and corruption was going on because they could go to Nigeria and Africa to pull off resources, waste it, do nonsense. Nobody was monitoring them. And because they have somewhere they will always go and steal. So they had waste, serious wastage and corruption in America. But American people did not know. So when they finish eating and squandering, they go back to Africa to go and bring more. So now the people managing America and some other sensible countries now understand where these excess resources were coming from. So if they're talking about managing migration, managing like, oh, building wall, they want to like nationalism, that like now they're talking about economic nationalism. They cannot be talking about it without closing all the loopholes where the terror is coming from. So they understood that their government, under some, we told people that in America you have two political parties, major, they have other ones, but majorly. That sometimes when you say America did this, America, they always check which one did it. Policy, based on policies, we have two sets. What is happening in America politically in terms of policy making? One set are interested. Okay. So one set are interested in making policies that will make sure that Africa does not go forward. Why they make those policies is so that they can go and steal the resources from Africa. Now, that lifestyle has backfired because they made Africa and African countries ungovernable by creating terrorism and arming terrorists. These terrorists, because the world is now a global village, so these terrorists are attacking them also. Now they have woken up and understood that this has to stop. So we call those ones globalists. They make policies that will make them colonize other people and do whatever they want to do to them. So another group are the nationalists, the conservatives. They want to make their America great again. We are not talking whether they are perfect, they are good, they are bad. No, that's not what we're discussing. We are discussing reality. We are telling you what is on the table so that we will know how to approach them to do what we want to do for ourselves. So what they're doing now is to bring back manufacturing industries to America. Another set outsourced their industries to China, to places. They carried their industries out. Forgetting that when you carry your industries out, your people will lose job. Because how you create job for people is when you build industries, then the people will get the job. But you carry your own and outsource it. So the people now want to bring it back. Now, another thing they are doing is, of course, is always American interest first. They no send you. Trump no send you. Trump no send Mexico. He no send China. He no send India. He no send Canada. So is he Africa he will send? He no send anyone. All he knows is that he wants to do his own thing. I know some people will say, oh, he's doing it for his personal gains. I don't know. All we know is this is the reality on the table. We must work with the reality. Why they're doing it or why they're not doing it is not really our business. Our business is, this is what is going on now. What do we do? What is our reaction? So to them, Africa is a shithole. They are not waiting to work with you as a continent. What they will do is divide and conquer. This is their nature. So they will look for any small country in Africa that has their interest, has the resources they're looking for, and go and negotiate with them. Whether the rest are dying or not dying, they don't really care, because they are not here to save you. They are here from beginning, from the time colonialism, transatlantic slave trade, neo-colonialism. By the time it started, the colonialists were not looking for how to make the world a better place. They were just interested in their own people, how to steal things from some people that are mumu and use it to take care of their own children. Whether you are alive or dead is not their business. You
Nope.
need to understand that. Let it sink in your head. Because according to them, if you say you're a human being, then you should be intelligent enough to know what to do to feed your own children and take care of your own children. You won't depend on another person to do it for you. Otherwise, you're a subhuman. If you have to, as a human being, like a man, you say, I'm an Odegu, but another Odegu that is white came to your land, steal your resources, kill your people, depossess you, and you're saying you're Odegu. Your own Odegu has comma, it has leg. So the colonialists will not help you. They're not coming to do something to be okay for you. Because if you say you are an adult, then he should be on the table discussing how to take care of your children. You cannot just be getting women pregnant and going to labor room and pumping children out without being responsible on what those children will eat, how they will have a good life. They not send you. You are an adult. You should know what to do. But if you don't want to do, they will come and steal your resources and take care of their own people. So, as we speak today, America wants to attract best top professionals. Of course, those without criminal records, because they are checking your social media accounts. Once you approach them, they are collecting your social media handle, and they will get your information. If you have criminal record, oh, they don't want you. They want intelligent people, professionals, the ones that have no crime record, no criminal record. Now, from all over the world, including Africa, that's what they want. Top professionals, we said. What are they doing with the rest of the people? Okay, the non-professionals, they will use AI to replace. What did we say? The non-professionals. AI will do the job. They have already put AI in place. They are not waiting. Once you hear the news, know that they have finished the plan and they're already executing it before it will get to you. Before it gets to you, it's already being executed. Now, they believe that AI is cheaper and is not troublesome. AI will not become a terrorist. So they are not going to bring manual laborers that will come and become terrorists in their country. So they want to use AI. And their own way, that's their own way of dealing with global terror network, because they know, why did they create, why did the transatlantic slave trade come? Because they needed people that will farm their lands. All the things they did. So now they're replacing it with robots and AI. They're even giving these AIs real names, like Mr. Richard, the one I dealt with yesterday. He said, "This is your virtual assistant, Richard." So they have the one they call Mr. Alfred Newman. That one has been on. You hear Siri. All these things you're hearing, they're not playing. They have service dogs. They have their pets for emotional support. Do you know that they pay these animals salaries? So they are using animals and technology to replace you, human beings. They are not replacing their own people. They are replacing you. That's why they can restrict your visa. That's why they can say, we don't want you. I don't know if you people are following what we're trying to explain. They treat these animals, the service dogs, AI, they treat them, they pay them salary. They give them real names. They put profiles for them. Of course, some people that have dealt with some of the AI are even more intelligent than some human beings speaking English, because the AI cannot have be biased against you based on racism. Some of the AI thing, they even speak better English and understand other people with different accents. What we're saying is the world is changing. That's the summary of what we're saying. The world, the first world, they are moving on without you. They have extracted all your resources and they're moving on. And while all that is going on, what is it that our people are doing? They are speaking English. They are busy analyzing outdated security theories, outdated economic and financial theories. People like Okonji-Iweala, people like Soludo, things that people have finished using and dropped. It's now they are bringing it to our TVs to analyze. Meanwhile, this is era of technology and AI. The world, first world, they are moving. We are still behind speaking English. And they will bring uninformed people to come and begin to make some stupid analysis, beer parlor analysis in 2025. We lack sovereignty, like we said at the introduction. It's only when you have restored your sovereignty, you can begin to talk about economic sovereignty. You can begin to talk about sustainability. You begin to talk about security. We are vulnerable. We are depending on our enemy for our critical needs. Have you seen that we are not like we are doing ourselves? You don't have food security. How can you have food security when farmers are being killed on daily basis and dispossessed of their ancestral homelands? We are not where we ought to be. Why? Because of 1999 Constitution. Are we talking in the UK? Sorry, please put the picture of Kemi's picture. Because as US is doing their own, UK is doing their own. And there was a time we told people, there's a show we did before, we talked about paradigm shifts. We warned our people ahead of time that this is what is going to happen. Kemi, for instance, she says, I don't identify with Nigeria anymore. In her post, she said she identifies more with Yoruba. Yoruba is an ethnic nation. She understands, this is a British citizen. She understands what was done with Nigeria. She understands that nobody is a citizen of Nigeria. Nigeria is a British business entity. That's why there's no national food, no national this. It's not a nation. It's a country, it's a contraption. They know. But what do Nigerians do? They attack people that tell them the truth. Because when you hear truth, you're supposed to now act on the truth. Nigerians, home and abroad, are in serious problem. That's what we're saying. Both those at home and those are in diaspora. Everywhere, we are in serious trouble. We must drain this British swamp called Nigeria that has been causing our death. We must. We don't have choice at this time. And our father, what's his name? Wodo. Another, he said, Nigeria may break up without restructuring before 2027. Former minister once. This came out on August 6th, a few days ago. These are people that know the truth. He was information minister when your 1999 constitution was imposed on the people. They know the truth. People that know the truth are speaking to you. But what are you doing? You're listening to people that are lying to you. The former Minister of Information, Chief John Nyanwodu, has warned that Nigeria risks disintegration before the 2027 general elections if urgent steps are not taken to restructure the country. Nwodo, also a former President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, stated that the current political structure has failed to address Nigeria's complex challenges and must be reformed before the next elections. This is as reported by The Guardian. Those that know the, sorry, those that know the truth are speaking. Those that do not know are being distracted. We'll play another video for you. Thank you.
The reason they get away with everything is because Nigerians have become too passive. We just accept it and say, leave it to God.
Mm.
No God is coming to save Nigeria. We Nigerians must save ourselves. That's the cold truth. Imagine Abuja minister saying openly, heaven will not fall while brutalizing the people. That's not governance, man. That's mockery of us all. I always like to mention the Edo State election because that was robbery in broad daylight. And guess what? The shameless Oba gave it his blessing. And Oba is supposed to protect the people, not sell them to politicians like meat in the market. When you bless rigging, you disgrace your ancestors. Full stop. See this Mumu they forced on Edo people. That's not a governor of night. That's their houseboy. Rigged in broad daylight. And the Oba clapped for it. They installed him to open the treasury like a piggy bank. And he's doing just that. If this is leadership, then goats should run for office too. This coalition isn't winning anything. Not with criminals at INEC and Supreme Court. You really think they'll let you win? This is not politics. This is war without bullets. And the enemy is not far. It's INEC, it's the courts, it's the criminals in Agbada. Until we face this, we're wasting time. Elections here are just theater, rigged from top to bottom. We need a peaceful but powerful revolution like Martin Luther did. Nothing else will change this country. Revolution starts when we stop pretending this system works. Stop voting for thieves. Stop obeying silence. No guns, no work, no compliance, just total shutdown. Until this corrupt government falls. We decide how Nigeria is run, not them. This is not a protest. This is a total reset. And we say goodbye to the criminals in Agbada and the Nigeria they rigged.
Did you hear? Total reset. It's not change of a leader. It's not bring Peter Obi that has one wristwatch since they gave birth to him. It's not what we're saying. Nigeria is rigged. We need total reset, reformatting. Like you see the computer, like reformatting, reconstruction, revolution. Anywhere, anyhow you hear it, is the same thing. So that we can begin. Now, there's some people that because as we are moving, this information is going out. So some people are saying, okay, the constitution is the problem. What do we do? Some people that are ill-informed, you say, oh, let's bring 1963 constitution. You're not paying attention. You're not listening, and we want to break it down for you. Notes on the fundamental inadequacy of 1963 constitution and why suggestions to return to 1963 are grossly misguided. That's by Tony Nadi. He wrote it on August 5th, 2025. You can go and read the entire article. Just search it, you'll find it, but we'll give you a little bit of what he said. He said, 1963 Constitution was an amendment of the 1960 Constitution. And 1960 was enacted as an act of British Parliament. Ihe na-ebe ka na-ebe.
Ọ dị egwu.
He said the main shortcoming of 1963 constitution is that it was also an act of the Nigerian parliament, even if the amendment that created that Midwest region featured a plebiscite of the peoples of the Midwest territory. We are not talking whether the thing created Midwest or not. Because when you're talking, criminals will jump out from somewhere and pick out one sentence and run with it. We are not saying whether they created Midwest or what else. We're saying how what you are amending started. Accordingly, neither the 1960 nor the 1963 Constitution was a sovereign act of the peoples of Nigeria. And then also English people will say autochthonous. That big grammar that cuts your tongue when you say it. That's what it means. That big drama, it means that it was not a sovereign act of the peoples of Nigeria. Let it be understood that the sovereignty of the peoples of Nigeria, forcefully hijacked by colonial conquest, was conscripted into the Nigeria project by the fiat of British amalgamation in 1914 without the consent or approval of the various peoples locked into one political union by that amalgamation. You can play it again and understand what we're saying. What the proprietors and enforcers of unitary Nigeria, masquerading as politicians who had been clinging to the 1999 constitution as the non-negotiable basis of the Nigeria Union, are doing is to block that union reconstruction process that will restore sovereignty to the traumatized and subjugated indigenous peoples of Nigeria. My people, who are your enemies now? After the foreigners did their own, who are your enemies today? Your politicians. All of them, plus Peter Obi. In fact, Peter Obi is number one enemy for saying that the constitution is not the problem. He's even worse than Tinubu. He's worse than Atiku. He's worse than all of them put together. He's the number one criminal.
It's true, because none of them has ever said that except for him.
Yes, it's only one that said the rest are playing along and saying, oh, let's change the constitution this side, let's change it. But Peter Obi is the worst of them all, saying that the constitution is not the problem. Somebody made a comment. He said, what the indigenous peoples require now to extricate themselves from these many decades of subjugation and hijack of their sovereignty by both foreign and local sovereignties since 1914 is a union reconstruction process in which the owners of the sovereignty will freely negotiate and agree on: one, whether they wish to federate, and two, on the terms of federating, and in which the outcome of those negotiations and agreements will be codified as constitutions and ratified by way of referendums and plebiscites. People went to school, yet they can't understand this simple English. Kenneth Okonkwo, that calls himself constitutional lawyer, did they not teach you this simple thing in your law school? Okay, I forgot. Your own law degree, you got it in the night with Impanaka. That's why you didn't read these lines, because you know when you're reading with Impanaka, some places will not have light, some places will have darkness. So that's why you did not understand this part. That you, the lawyer, the constitutional lawyer, will not write the constitution for the people. The people will say the content of the constitution. You will not write it like when they tell you, like when in those days, when you are writing letter for old papa and old mama that could not speak English. That is what you, the constitutional lawyer, will do. When the people have said it in their mother tongue, what they want, you will write it for them, codify it and put it how it's supposed to be. The original content is not coming from you, the constitutional lawyer. The 5-point proposition of Nina's constitutional force majeure offers Nigeria and Nigerians an immediate, orderly framework and process to undertake this inevitable union reconstruction for the Nigeria that is now clearly at the risk and brink of a sudden catastrophic collapse. Iyakata, order, Ogbadie into pieces. Are you people listening to what we are saying? Everything is on the table. We don't need to suffer the way we are suffering anymore. We do not. And as mothers, we come here every Saturday. We have a lot of videos If you go to our website, you go to our YouTube channel, you go to our Facebook, all the social media, we have our videos there. In YouTube alone, we have over 1,000 videos saying the same thing, breaking it down. So that if you say, I don't understand the English of Ninas, we will say it in our local tongue, in Igbo, Pidgin, Yoruba, anyone who say it. Why are we doing this? So that you, the people who stand, who are being destroyed on daily basis by those benefiting from this 1999 constitution, we get it. We heard that Showore broke his leg, or they broke his leg or broke his hand. My dear, which one did they break? Did they break his nose? Because we told you people that by the time this campaign will finish, all of you that refuse to listen to us, we come with broken heads. You will come with bandages in your hand and your leg, and we will be here watching you. They will break your heads, break your legs, break your head. If a pikin know the hear word, you go enter into trouble. And we're telling you, you don't need to be exposed to this level of trouble. You have suffered enough. We can fix this problem today. By the way, remember this is an interactive show. If you want to call, fine. Call is fine. Text, it's okay. We get text messages. We take comments here. We reply the comments. This is a platform where we reply all comments. Just drop your comment on the platform in our show, and even after the show, we will reply. We will respond to you. We will explain to you. We will make it make sense to you. This is why we're here. Are you taking these 5 points?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we want to remind us again of the 5-point proposition that can halt Nigeria's drifts. Is on the table already. A, acknowledgement of the constitutional grievances raised in union disputes. Everybody is complaining. Yoruba is complaining. Ijo is complaining. Igbo, Efik, Urobo, Hausa, everybody is crying. It is called constitutional grievances. There, everybody is crying that this Nigeria is not working for me and my people. The rest are running out of Nigeria. The Japa syndrome is a sign that Nigerians have rejected Nigeria.
Do they even have a place to run now? Everybody's telling them to go back.
Exactly. And that's what we want, because nobody solves a problem by running. You have a problem, we said, let's sit down and fix it. You want to run out. So where you're running, they're pushing you back into the hellfire. You see, we are forced to fix it. And we want them to do that. We want them to send all of you back so that we come and fix our problem. It's not okay again for you to run to America. Every weekend, you're doing party, doing this. No more. Because even when our team, they were meeting the Congress in US, they were asking, you mean this is how terrible this is? And they say, what of Nigerians that are here? We have large community of Nigeria here. Why are they not showing any concern? Why are they just dancing and doing party? Our team members say, we don't know for them. Maybe their brain don't scatter. And their head don't color. That's why they are seeing what is happening to their people. They are busy dancing, throwing party, doing a Igbo day, doing a Nigeria day, doing this and doing that. So more danger is ahead, and we want it so. It's going to affect everyone. So when you get home, the kidnappers will carry you. Water go carry you. Fire go burn you. And it go happen. But we need to fix. So number A is for all of us to acknowledge, indeed, that we have constitutional grievances, which is causing the union disputes. Everybody. And most people are agreeing now. Yeah. Emeka Anyoku can see Anyukwu and his team. Many people were saying in the days ahead, more people will begin to shout, Ewo, Ewo. It's part of their acknowledgement. That's number one. So when you have finally acknowledged that, Ewo, the constitution is the problem, you have scored 1/5. That's number one. Number two, express commitment to decommission the imposed fraudulent and unitary 1999 constitution. You express the commitment. And Nina said that some of these people that have been lying, we want you to go and publish it I think Nina said 2 daily papers or something, because we want that your expression of commitment to decommission it to be official. We don't want you to express it while you're sleeping with your wife. You say, oh, honey, I think we need to say that they should 1999 is the problem. No, we don't want that type of confession. We don't want beer parlor confession, the one that when you're drunk and saying, yeah, alcohol, you're my friend. And then you begin to say, I think 1999 constitution is the problem. Because when you do that, tomorrow you might wake up and say something else. So that's why we want you to make it official. Whether you're an ethnic group, whether you're a political group, whether you're a church group, whether Paul and Nenche, they finish cleaning your family and you now wake up and say, yes, we want to commit. You have to make it official so that we will keep it. Because everything Ninas has been telling us, they are all official. They are all there published. So you will publish that commitment that, okay, I have agreed that 1999 constitution is the problem and I'm making an express commitment for us to decommission it. C, express commitment to suspend further national elections under 1999 constitution. The unattainable outcome of the 2023 presidential election must now be transformed into an immediate transitioning for reworking the damaged constitutional basis of Nigeria. We warned you people before you went for that 2023 election. You lied to yourselves, contributed money, and gave to stupid P2B, the criminal P2B. Now everybody saying, oh, P2B gave us 1 billion. We get P2B 1 billion. He put one in the pocket and he using it to do Saraka. Where did P2B? Labour say P2B give us the money. P2B say Labour took the money. That's what you hear when people do not want to use their brain. So express commitment that, okay, there's no point going for this national election because we have been doing election all these years. It has not helped us. It has not solved the constitutional grievances, and it will not. There's no way it will solve that problem. It's not possible. D, constituent peoples of Nigeria to work out the modalities for transitioning. Did you people hear what we said? It is the constituent peoples of Nigeria that will work out the modalities, not National Assembly, not a lawyers association, not Ndi Igbo Kwenu group of companies, not Ndi Hausa Abiagonu group, not Ndi Yoruba must go today. No, the constituent peoples. So you're gonna come in that ethnic national, you gather yourself, you assemble yourself. When you come as a people. Indigenous ethnic nation, you will come as a people. Even if you people are just 50, but you recognize yourself as a distinct ethnic nation, you will organize yourself and get ready to go to the table. Because you are the one that will work out the modalities for transitioning. Politicians will not do it for you. Church people will not do it for you. Mosque people and Muslims are not the one that will do it in the name of Allah. We are not doing anything in the name of Allah. We're not doing anything in the name of Jesus Christ. We're not doing anything in the name of God. We're not doing anything in the name of anything. We are coming in the name of your ethnic nation. You will come together because you are the ones that will work out these modalities. And the last one, announcement of a time-bound two-stage transitioning commence with regional referendums for constituent components to recommit to or opt out of the Nigerian Union. Then distillation of terms of union depending on outcome of referendums. Let's break it down. you see some keywords there. You say time bound. That means when we talk of transition, it's not something that forever you are doing transition, like the type that military used to do for us. Endless transition. No, that's not what we're saying. We will decide. We, that's why I say it's the indigenous people that will say the modalities of the transitioning. We will decide. It's going to take us 2 months. It's going to take us 3 months, 6 months. So it's time bound. And it's going to be two-stage. Two-stage. Why two-stage? Because the first stage is to identify those distinct ethnic nationalities. They have to be identified through regional referendums. So the referendum is not going to be based on Anambra State, Imo State, Delta State, Asaba State, what are Anioma State. State is not featuring in it because that state you have is a product of the 1999 Constitution. It's still further balkanization of the people. So we are not using anything that came out of 1999 Constitution. The National Assembly, your 36 states, your anything, all these things came from the 1999 Constitution. So that's why we're saying wholesome decommissioning. That means a brew the entire thing and throw it away because it's fraudulent. So two-stage. The first stage is for that referendum, regional referendums. The people will do it by themselves because they are the constituent members. And then the result, what they are voting is, do I want to be part of the union or I don't want to be part of the union? So when the people that say, okay, we want to be part of the union, they will now come together and say, okay, these are the terms of the union. That's what my sister said in the introduction. The result of all this reconstruction is going to come in three ways: federation, or confederation, or outright freedom, depending on what the people say. It's not the politicians that we say. The people, we speak, and they must speak. And that's where we're going. We are not waiting for politicians. We are not waiting for lawyers. We are not waiting for religious people. We are not even waiting for traditional rulers, the fake traditional rulers. We, the people, the market women, all those, everybody, we, that's why we come here, we say, we are working with the people. We are the voice of the people. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, my sister. I'm here doing something else. Thank you. So, brothers and sisters, you've heard we can do these things. We can take care of charge of our spaces. We can truly be free from this bondage imposed by the 1999 Constitution. But we must rise with unity. We must rise with clarity. We must rise with strategy. So what does this mean? It means that we must educate ourselves, educate others. We must build coalition across the divides. We must demand a people-led constitutional process using the information that we have to reject injustice. So the change will not come from politicians or from the elite or from your religious leaders. Rather, it must come from you, the people. As long as we are organized, as long as we are determined to reclaim our future, we can do this, brothers and sisters. Only then can we build a nation based on equity, justice, and true self-determination. So until next week, brothers and sisters, we try to end at one, and I think we did it today. Continue to help us to share. We can do this. Don't let the numbers deceive you. Do not let anything distract you. Like, you should be on a mission. It reminds me of coming to a place where you're in a classroom and you're the only Black person there. The teacher doesn't acknowledge you. The teacher doesn't make an eye contact. Your classmate doesn't want to sit beside you. And every time you take a test, you come out on top. And they're all looking at you. What? We are not even speaking to her. How is she passing? What? I don't even know how to say her name. How is she passing? No, she doesn't even come to the extra classes. How is she doing it? Because we have it in us. It's been by from the outside. We have it in us to win every time, brothers and sisters. We are built to win. I need you to wake up. I need you guys to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. we can end this madness once and for all. Until next week, brothers and sisters, remain safe. Bye-bye.